You have a cool bike, you want to ride trails, but which drone actually keeps up better? DJI Lito X1 or Neo 2? Here's how both perform. If you are looking for a drone for bike tracking right now, the DJI Neo 2 and the DJI Lito X1 are probably two of the most interesting options you can get. But they also feel completely different once you actually start riding with them. The Lito X1 can get some really beautiful tracking shots. It looks smooth, cinematic and much more like a traditional camera drone. The Neo 2 feels more like a pure follow drone, smaller, more reactive and probably a lot harder to stop once things get difficult. So the big question for me is, what actually makes more sense if you're a biker and mainly care about tracking performance? Because great tracking in an open field is one thing, real trails are something completely different. So today we're putting both of them to the same bike tracking test. We'll start easy on an open field road with basically no obstacle at all. Then we move into sections with trees left and right. After that into the forest and finally into some really tight dense sections where tracking systems usually start falling apart. I also bought a really cool e-bike from Brand Heiße Bikes for this test, which should make things a lot more interesting once the trail get tighter and faster. What I really want to see is how these drones behave once things stop being easy. Do they stay stable? Can they recover after losing sight? Do they lose the rider completely? And which one would I actually trust more if I just want to ride my bike and get reliable tracking shots without constantly worrying about the drone? Alright, let's start with the easy section first.
A paved country road without any real obstacles. But before we start, a quick clarification. On the left side, you're seeing the footage from the Lito X1, on the right side, the Neo 2. Lightning and weather conditions are identical throughout the entire test. And right away, we can already see one major difference between these drones. Even with the inner circle selected, the Lito X1 stays much farther away from me, creating a much wider and more cinematic image. The Neo 2 is also set to close distance and high flight altitude, but it still flies much closer to me, which makes the footage feel more active and action focused. We're riding at around 26 to 28 km per hour with a light breeze moving across the fields. And every now and then you can see the Neo 2 slightly twitch or hesitate for a moment. That usually happens whenever a small gust of wind hits the drone. It's much smaller and therefore clearly more sensitive to wind than the Lito X1. Our road now leads into a T-intersection where we turn right underneath a huge old tree hanging over the road. For the Neo 2, this is basically a non-issue because it flies so close behind me it simply copies my line through the corner and barely even interacts with the tree at all. The Lito X1 reacts very differently. Its concerning is much wider and because it flies significantly higher, it suddenly noticed the overhanging branches and leaves. You can actually see the drone hesitate and briefly stop while I continue riding away. A few seconds later, it recovers the tracking and catches back up again. The small row of trees on the left side is ignored by both drones without any issue. The next kilometer is mostly uneventful, although the Lito X1 definitely flies smoother and especially more quieter than the Neo 2. And finally, one last U-turn. Again, absolutely no problem for the Neo 2 because it stays so incredibly close behind me, it basically just copies my riding line directly again. The Lito X1 handles the turn completely different because it's much farther away, it rotates around during the maneuver and creates a much more cinematic sideways tracking shot. Pretty nice and dynamic in my opinion. The resulting footage looks very different, but honestly, both drones handles this section extremely well. Let's increase the difficulty a little bit. We're still riding through relatively open terrain, but now we constantly have trees and bushes along the side of the trail that both drones need to consider. The sun is also getting much lower, so the drones now have to deal with rapidly changing lighting conditions and occasional direct sunlight hitting the sensor. And some of you probably already noticed that both recordings are happening at the exact same time. In the footage from the Lito X1, you can actually see the Neo 2 following me as well, which also gives a really good impression of how different the tracking distances between these drones actually are. Overall, both systems perform really well here and are barely affected by the trees and bushes along the trail. Now let's compare the tracking behavior inside this little tree tunnel section. Just like we already saw earlier on the paved road with the large tree, the Neo 2 is barely influenced at all. Because it flies so incredibly close behind me, it basically just follows the bike directly and doesn't really consider most of these bushes relevant obstacles. The Lito behaves differently because it tracks from much farther away. The trees and bushes naturally become much more relevant to the flight path. But generally, there is still more than enough room here. The Lito X1 handles the situation completely without problems. Towards the end of this section, the trees become a little lower and much denser. And again, the Neo 2 honestly just does not care. It sticks ridiculously close to the bike and simply forces its way through the section. Even when branches briefly enter the flight path, the drone immediately corrects itself and keeps tracking without hesitation. The Lito X1 also does an insanely good job here. Despite flying much closer to the trees and dealing with difficult high contrast lightning conditions, it maneuvers through the section very confidently. And personally, I actually prefer the resulting footage over the Neo 2 here. The tracking simply looks smoother, wider and much more cinematic. Really impressive performance. After crossing the small bridge, we continue for another few meters before finally entering the forest. And as you can see, unfortunately during this section, the Neo 2 suddenly lost connection to the remote and triggered later return to home. I honestly think this might be an issue with my specific unit rather than a general problem, because I haven't been able to reproduce it consistently afterwards. But that's the reason why we no longer have screen recording from the Neo 2. Now things actually start getting difficult because we're entering the forest for real. That means tighter trails, overhanging branches and levers that both drones now actively need to avoid while tracking me. And you can probably already tell from my riding speed that I trust the Neo 2 a lot more in this environment. Our trail immediately leads into a sharp right turn. Both drones handle the situation without any real issues. But once again, you can clearly see that the Lito X1 performs significantly more avoidance maneuvers than the Neo 2. After this short introduction section, we're now fully inside the forest. There is still a valid flight path available for both drones to follow me through the trail, so while this section is definitely demanding, it's still completely manageable for both systems. But because these drones behave so differently in here, we actually need to look at the footage separately this time. Let's start with the Neo 2 first. The Neo 2 honestly flies through this section like it just does not care at all. It stays locked right behind me and only makes very small corrections whenever it needs to avoid something. The movement feels incredibly intuitive and almost perfectly follows my riding line through the forest. What's especially impressive is how little the drone gets distracted by the environment. Branches, bushes and trees barely seem to affect the tracking behavior at all. The Neo 2 simply keeps following me through the trail completely reliably and delivers an excellent result here. Honestly, there were basically no real problems during this entire section, which makes the overall performance extremely convincing. And now the Lito X1. Right at the beginning you can already see how much wider the drone tries to avoid obstacles, and after a short time it pretty clearly starts reaching its limits. It hesitates, pushes forward one more time and then completely gives up at the next obstacle. But honestly, after that the performance became surprisingly impressive again. Yes, the drone is much larger and needs to find completely different flight paths through the forest, and yes, I was definitely riding a bit slower here as well, but still, I mean, look at this. This is actually a really strong result. The calculated flight paths and avoidance maneuvers sometimes become so aggressive that the drone briefly loses focus on me completely, but then it recovers again and continues tracking. For this part of the forest, I genuinely have to say respect. Not a perfect performance by any means, but honestly still a pretty good one. So this part of the test is absolutely insanity for any tracking drone, seriously. But let me spoil it already. The Neo 2 absolutely does not give a damn. The Lito X1, forget it, zero chance. If you care about your drone, don't even think about trying this. And again, I'll show you both drones separately because a side-by-side comparison here honestly makes no sense anymore. Let's start again with the Neo 2. This thing is unbelievable, insane, ridiculous, absolutely unhinged. The Neo 2 blasts through this section like some tiny suicidal maniac with absolutely no fear of death whatsoever. It smashes through leaves, clips branches, gets swallowed by bush for a split second, and then instantly reappears right behind me again like nothing even happened. And the craziest part is, the tracking barely even breaks. The drone stays glued to me the entire time and reacts so ridiculously fast that it almost feels unfair. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know what else to tell you. If you ride trails like this, just get the Neo 2. Everything else is honestly pointless. Now for the Lito X1, the situation looks completely different. Honestly, this thing is completely overwhelmed. It constantly gets stuck, barely moves forward, and simply has no idea how to deal with this terrain. The forest is so overgrown that the sensors basically interpret everything as a solid obstacle that cannot be passed. The exact same trail at the exact same time a section the Neo 2 basically loved its way through completely destroys the Lito X1. At some point I was honestly flying the drone more manually than the drone was flying itself. You constantly hear warnings like possible obstacle obstruction, aircraft will temporarily change follow direction, and then the drone just freezes completely. Or too close to obstacles, subject following ended. And honestly, that pretty much says everything. For dense forest biking like this, no chance.
So, after riding with both of these drones today, I honestly think there is a clear winner for bikers, and that's the Neo 2. Yes, the footage looks a bit more nervous sometimes because the drone stays much closer to the rider, but that close distance is also exactly why this thing works so ridiculously well on actual trails. It reacts immediately, it recovers insanely fast, and once the trail gets tight, the Neo 2 just keeps following you no matter what you throw at it. Dense bushes, low branches, bushes itself, quick turns, this thing just flies through it. The Lito X1 is honestly a really fun drone on open rides, on field roads, roads or open paths. It delivers beautiful smooth footage and it feels much more cinematic than the Neo 2. Battery life is also on a completely different level. You can basically keep riding forever compared to the Neo 2. But the moment the environment becomes technical, the weakness starts showing very quickly. Because the drone's tracks from much farther away, obstacles become a much bigger problem. Branches start covering the rider, the drone reacts too late, tracking fails happen. And if the drone touches something, it's usually over immediately. The Neo 2 is just way more forgiving, and honestly, that prop cage changes everything. So if your goal is relaxed cinematic riding on open roads and easier terrain, the Lito X1 is still a really cool option. But if you are an actual trail biker and want a drone that will reliably survive and follow you through almost everything, the Neo 2 is clearly the better tool. Alright folks, that's it for my Neo 2 vs Lito X1 extreme bike tracking test. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now I'm curious, what kind of bike trails are you riding? Let me know down in the comments also your thoughts about this video. Again, many thanks to Brand Heiße Bikes for letting me ride one of their bikes. If you enjoyed the test, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, there's definitely more coming. But for now, enough YouTube for today. Grab your own drone and go flying. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, see you. Bye bye.